All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, greenwoodstocktrading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, John Wallace says he wants to stay in Houston after on his Instagram page saying he wanted out. But first, let's talk about the Hall of Famers in 2020. Let's get to it. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Let me make it pull up. But check out the NBA playlist, and let's look at the people that went in the 2021 Hall of Fame. Last year, we had the guys get inducted this past weekend because of the COVID, excuse me. So shout out to everybody got inducted last weekend. But say I'm reading from ESPN, but excuse me, stupid weather. But a day after watching his long-time friend and teammate Kevin Garnett enter the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, longtime Boston Celtics star Paul Pierce joins him in Springfield, Massachusetts. Here we go. The male lady is very, very evil to my dogs. I don't know why. Pierce, along with two-time champion, 11-time All-Star Chris Bosh, 5-time All-NBA selection Chris Webber, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Ben Wallace. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan. Check out my Detroit channel. Mercy Sports Talk headlined the 2021 Hall of Fame class. The honor was announced the day after Garnett, Tim Duncan, and the late, great Kobe Bryant officially were inducted as a part of the 2020 class, which saw its entry delayed because of COVID-19. The 2021 class will be enshrined on September 11th. I thought they was just going to do a big thing, but I think it's great. I think it's better to split it up because of COVID. And everybody's family wanted to be there. But Webber had been a finalist each of the past 5 years before finally breaking through. Bosh and Pierce were among those who made it on the first year eligibility. The other members are former NBA coach, Sacramento King coach, and other teams, Rick Adelman, Jay Wright, two-time NCAA champion from Villanova, and they beat my Michigan in the national championship as well. Bill Russell, who won 2 championships as a coach for his time on the sideline. Yolanda Griffin, 7-time WNBA star, All-Star. Lauren Jackson, seven-time WNBA All-Star and 3-time MVP. Bob Dandridge by Veteran Committee. Tony Kukoc by the International Committee. So Kukoc, that's his name, but I call him Kukoc. People was arguing in the group. Well, some people said Tony Kukoc he was a Hall of Famer because it's international, not what he did in the NBA. But okay. Peril Moore, 4-time AIAW Small College American by the Veterans Committee. Clarence Jenkins, elected by the early African American pioneer. I hate the term African American. Black. I'm not fucking from Africa. Val Ackerman, WNBA president, former WNBA president. Cotton Fitzsimmons, longtime NBA coach. Howard Garfinkel, creator of the 5-star summer camp. So, obviously, I can't really speak for the people I don't know. But, Bill Russell won 2 championships as a coach, 11 as a player. I think Jay Wright, love Jay Wright. He didn't move. He just stayed at Villanova, won championships. Even they came up short sometime. And his team, those teams he probably had, they wasn't the greatest championship teams. They beat was it North Carolina at the buzzer with a big 3. And also they beat Michigan Wolverines, which made me sad. But yeah, and Rick Adelman, we got some good people here, man. But ultimately people, were saying that Chris Webber and maybe Bosh wasn't a Hall of Famer, but Bosh was, they said, 11-time NBA All-Star, man. You look at Chris Bosh numbers, they're immaculate, bro. His numbers fell in Miami because obviously LeBron takes away from the big fella. We've seen that from Kevin Love. And looking at what Kevin Love did, another March guy, looking at what Kevin Love did, honestly, and what he did with LeBron, which absolutely nothing. Chris Bosh should be praised. He was 19, 8.5 and 20 assists, but really his numbers dropped off at the end of his career. And really, you look at before he got to Miami, if anything, if they didn't win a championship in Miami, he probably wouldn't be an All-Star based on the numbers he put up. But before he got there, 24, 11, you know what I'm saying? 1 block, 22, almost 23 points, 10, 1 block, okay? 22 and 3, almost 9 rebounds, 1 block. 22.6, 10, almost 11 rebounds a game. Look at his numbers, man. It's phenomenal. 22 and a half, 6 rebounds, 10, almost 10 rebounds and almost 3 assists. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Now, you know, would I say he's better than Chris Webber? Player for player, I don't think he was better than Chris Webber, you know. And Chris Webber was just a guy that got injured and, you know, a guy that, you know, he was a guy that put up great numbers, bro. You know, started off in Golden State, ended in Golden State. Well, I didn't know that. Started off in Golden State, 17 and a half, almost 4 assists, almost 10 rebounds, you know, 20, almost 20 and 10, 24 and 8. You know, and really he started to heat up. I mean, his last year in Washington, 22 and almost 10. And then when he got to Sacramento, he really started to heat up. He was always a good assist man, you know. 20 and 13. I mean, he was just a phenomenal player, and really what took his averages down, he averaged for his career almost 21, 10, and almost 5 and 4 assists. And what really messed him up was that, you know, for the most part, they was trying to put him on the block, and when he got to Sacramento, Rick Adelman would put him you know, in a high post. And today, Chris Webber would probably be a 30 and 28, 27 and 10 guy, maybe even 7 assists. So, and remember, people got to remember the Naismith Hall of Fame is just not what you did as a pro. It's what you did as a high school player, college player, and then as a pro. You know, and for the most part, man, he was nice. He was a good player. You look at Paul Pierce, it shouldn't really be no pushback on Paul Pierce. McDonald's All-American. McDonald's All-American. You know, good college player. He averaged 25 and a half, over 5.5, 3.5 assists. You know, Paul Pierce, you know, he came in the league 16 points a game. Almost 17, 6.5 rebounds damn near. You know, Paul Pierce, they call him the truth. They, you know, and he won a championship. Oh, really good player, man. So I really don't have no issues with none of these brothers that made it, man. So I'm happy for those guys. I liked all those guys' game. You know, it really, you know, Ben Wallace, I mean, you can look at his numbers, and his numbers may not do that, but Ben Wallace, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. You know, he was a heart and soul of the Pistons when they was winning championships. And let me see. Let me see. I mean, I think Mutombo won it. Let's see. Mutombo. Sidney Moncrief was the first two people. He won the first 2 years. Then Albert Robertson won it. Mark Eaton, then Albert Robertson won it. So Rodman won it twice. Mutombo 1, 2, 3, 4 times. All right. Gary Payton won it once. You thought he won it more. Hakeem won it twice. David Robinson won it once. I said Moncrief won it twice. Michael Cooper won it. Albert Robertson won it. Mark Eaton won it twice. 84, 85, 88, 89. Alonzo Mourning won it back-to-back years twice. I'm trying to look at anybody else. Dwight Howard, he won it 3 times in a row. Marcus Camby won it. Garnett won it. Tyson Chandler won it. Marcus Gasol, Joakim Noah, Kawhi won it 2 times. Draymond won it once. Gobert won it twice. Giannis won it once. So, Ben Wallace won it. He would have won it 5 times in a row, but it was for Ron Artest. He won it in 01, 02, 02, 03, 04, 05, 05, 06. So, you know, Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo won Defensive Player of the Year 4 times in a row, and it's tied for a record. You know what I'm saying? So, in Mutombo, he won it with he won it with 3 different teams. He won it with Denver, 2 times with the Hawks, and 1 time with the Sixers. So the most, Mutombo and Ben Wallace. And had Ben not left Detroit, he probably would have won 5 or 6 more times. You know, that's crazy, ain't it? But yeah, you know, shout out to Ben, man. I just let you know everything you need to know. You can't measure everybody by stats in the stat and analytic driven, you know, society. But yeah, John Wall says he wants to stay in H-Town. I mean, he really don't got no choice unless they trade him. And that contract gonna be hard to trade. I don't know what happened with John Wall. Did he get injured again? You know, so, you know, right. So John Wall put up. John Wall will get traded. He posted with John Wall get traded or bought out or will he stay? You know, John Wall voted he will leave. And then John Wall backtracked that and said that he wanted to stay. You know, he only played 30 games this year out of what, 72 games? So I don't know what happened, but, you know, honestly, you know, Houston got talent, but they got injured. Him, Christian Wood, and you know, James Harden at one point, they should have been able to do something, but, you know, obviously they didn't do nothing. You know, John Wall is right at the before the injury, he was right at the, you know, right at that mark to really be a really great player and be an all-star. But honestly, I really don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened, and you know, just before the injury, he just couldn't really win. Good defensive guard, you know, good facilitation guard, and just couldn't get over the hump. Didn't really improve his shooting over the course of his career. You know, so you know, if you lose Houston, I mean, and like Russell Westbrook went over to Washington and lit it up. So probably look at somebody like the Knicks. You know, put him there, and you got, you know, Julius Randle and, you know, Knicks. Miami, he might be one of them. So we'll see, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think about John Wall, about the Hall of Famers. Don't forget me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out anytime if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Fast way reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. We also got a Facebook group link that's in the description as well too. You can reach out if you want to advertise your business on the channel, chop it up, whatever. Hit me up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description as well too. Appreciate the love support. One time, in the comment section. Peace.